You turn the seal of the United States over, and the first thing you see is something very Egyptian, which seems rather odd. It's the other side of the world. It's a totally different nation. Why are we promoting Egypt here? Well, it just so happens that Ben Franklin, once again, suggested for our seal a depiction of Moses and Pharaoh with its symbolic, freedom message there kind of implied. That was nixed. But as a compromise, or just inspired by it perhaps, a pyramid of Egypt was placed there. It's this vast desert of sand, this Egyptian landscape. And then rising out of it is this pyramid, carrying with it this idea of the ultimate of man's construction. And so here these men are, these flawed, imperfect men, designing to create this nation from the ground up, building their own proverbial pyramid. But if you're looking at the seal, you notice the pyramid is uncapped. It's flat on top. Something is missing. The capstone, the little mini pyramid that sits on top of the pyramid, the thing that kind of seals the deal, that's not there. Man didn't construct that one. Something else must be there. And on top, hovering above, not connected to, like man made it, but hovering just above that pyramid, is the capstone with a great eye on it. Not the eye of man, that is the providential eye of God, as they conceived it. What they believed was, as we build this nation of ours, as we construct this proverbial pyramid of ours, we can only go so far. We can only build so high. Once our 13 levels are done, we are flat on top, and we're missing something. And what they recognized was, in their endeavor of construction, God was watching over all. What they recognized, which the psalmist says in Psalm 127:1, which says that unless the Lord builds a house, they labor in vain, those who build it. Thus a greater is here, not just a nation, because whether or not God was directly or providentially involved in the making of the United States of America, we cannot say, and it's presumptuous for us to say. But what we can say is the principle is true, that any endeavor in which you undertake, if God is not the center of that endeavor, if God is not the motivating factor, pleasing God is not the motivating factor of it, it is a doomed endeavor. You may succeed in spite of that temporarily, but in the end, God will have all things under subjection to himself, and all things that are against him will not just be in subjection, but will be defeated. So you build, whether you're building a house, whether you're building a state, or whether you're building a nation. But what the founders recognized is there is something greater than the building of a nation, and that is the God who is over all of this nation, and the God who is over all of us in all of our endeavors.